my friend. Not so much a request, but it's my wife's birthday, so I'm gonna play one of our favorite songs. This is in the key of B flat major, or it's in G minor. Either one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we get to that minor 6, you'll happen to notice that it's not in this whole structure. So what we do is we kind of call it a B flat major. The way I explain stuff is through the eyes of what I've learned to do. If you don't like the way I describe it, don't have to watch it. If you do, give a thumbs up and subscribe. Maybe jot something down in the comment section below and give me a song that you would like to hear. Then Morrison, here we go. B flat major. You can either play what looks like an E major shape with a big old bar, or put a capo on the 7th fret. Not 7th fret, 6th fret, if you want to. It's based off of this shape, which is first finger, 1st fret on the G string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret on the A string, the 5th string, and then our 3rd finger on the 4th string, the D string, right there, right below it. Nice. So if we teeter-totter and move our fingers to our 1, 2, 3 finger, to our 2, 3, 4 finger, we get the same chord, thusly being able to move it on up. I'm gonna move that up to the 6th fret and get my first starting chord. You can take, and then it's gonna go back a half step to bar, and then we're gonna take that E major shape and make the same shape horizontally, shifting the fingers from being on the A, the 5, 6, and 4 string to the 4, 3, and 2 strings now, which gives us a D minor. That wasn't a D minor. There it is. So E major, A minor, and then our next chord up here, if we were doing it like this, would be an E flat major. It looks like our D major, but we move our fingers, scoot it forward, and play right here. So the idea is, I would much rather play my E flat major looking like an A major and scoot that all the way up here to the 6th fret again, and then play that out. Meaning 6 on the high E, on the B we've got our, 6, 7, 8, A on the B, that is not the right name that I just said. 8th fret on the B, 8th fret on the G, 8th fret on the D, and then 6th fret again on that A string to give us E flat major. Remember, use the tippy top of your finger here to not play this low A string, or else you're gonna have a minor 2nd clash, which is a diatone. It doesn't work that well, but if you mute it, that E flat is beautiful. And the E flat major. Anywho, you can take all the tea in China. Notice that the rhythm that I had was a 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1. In between the two phrases, you just go up a whole step. Therefore, we go to an F major. B flat major, D minor to E flat major. B flat major, D minor to a E flat major, F. Yeah. I'm gonna show you a little caveat I like to do on guitar. When we have our fingers here, I like to move my bass line. So I've got a B flat here. I move my finger from being on here. I throw it on the 8th fret to get the 2nd in the key of B flat. And then I move it to my 3rd, which is now my new chord to fall on. You can take all the tea in China. Here's the second caveat. Put it in a big brown bag for me. When you hit this F, play the same notes you were playing here with the F chord and walk up all the notes on the A to the D string. It's a great way to make a little fill. Cool? So, after you go through that a couple different times, it goes into the same fill for the chorus. She's alright, she's alright, she's alright with me. Over and over and over again. I guess it comes down to the lead. That's an A. So if we go to ideas. B major here, you could use Ionian. You do not want to use Lydian, and I would try and stay away from Mixolydian. So just Ionian for the B flat. When we go to the D minor, you can use your D Aeolian with a flat 3, flat 6, and flat 7, or you could use Phrygian, half step, woo! Not Mixolydian though. You can also kind of get away with doing whole tones because that D minor, in a sense, is a dominant feeling chord. You could have like a, but it really depends on where your lead and your fill is going to be. If you're playing with other people, also don't throw those modes out there. You might throw them off. However, if you're jamming the tune, you can highlight that one note and change if you want. If that doesn't make sense, view bands like The Doors or String Cheese or Fish or Grateful Dead. There's just interesting modulations with music. So here's what the feeling should feel like. Remember, the biggest part about this when you're playing this, quite literally, is the singing and the dynamics. So if you start off fast, the whole thing is just fast. If you start off too slow, it's going to be boring to hear. So it needs to have a kind of drive. And that just depends on your personal preference. I like to give it like a back funk. You can take all the tea in China, put it in a big brown bag for me, sail it right around 7 oceans. Go ahead and drop it down now in the deep blue sea. She's as sweet as Tupelo Honey. She's an angel of the first degree. She's an angel. She's as sweet as Tupelo Honey now, baby. Just like honey from the bee. You can't stop us on this road of freedom. You can't keep us, 'cause we're on our way. Knights in armor, hellbound. I don't know words. Knights in armor, hellbound on misery. You could do like an arpeggiated. Since we're in B flat right here, we could go to the 13th. We'd be playing 13th with the pinky. We'd be playing 12 with the third finger. We'd be playing 10 with our second finger, or our first finger. We'd be playing 11 on the B with our second finger. 1 on top of the E string with our first finger. It should resemble that D right there because that's part of the structure we're going to be looking for. Also inside of that is the arpeggiated, I'm sorry, that was the arpeggiated or the pentatonic. You could use a couple different feelings on this, but as I said, you don't want to vary too far away from your major. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So with this, try when you're soloing to stay away from one of the notes, and then at the end of your solo, incorporate that note. So if you're playing, I'm gonna have something. Now the third. Stayed away from that F note in D minor and used the other notes which were relative to the other chord. When I went to that F note, it was blaring because I don't play it, in my E flat, and when I play it here with my B flat. Thank you for being with me. I hope you enjoy this. If you do, comment below. Maybe throw something in there that you'd like to hear, and I'll get to it. Aloha.